There has never been a more important time to increase personal power. Attacks upon our health, our sovereignty, our humanity, our divinity, and our children have escalated, and the freedom and future of humankind are at stake. We stand between danger and opportunity, lies and truth, confusion and clarity, fear and freedom, powerlessness and infinite power, and the old world of slavery and suffering, and the new world of love, peace, and freedom. It is the time of bifurcation, and one must choose. And there is no time to lose if we are to come together as an invincible army of love light and participate in our evolutionary reality and the co-creation of new earth. Knowledge is power, wisdom is freedom, and ignorance is powerlessness. It is not possible to be powerful without awareness of hidden adversaries. It is not possible to be empowered without knowing all the ways personal power is being depleted. It is not possible to be free without knowing that one is being held captive. One of the gifts of this global virus event is the ongoing exposure of evidence and personal experiences that prove that we are being severely disempowered, we are not free, and we are not safe. We are under attack. And a leap of understanding is required to know that it is not from a virus. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers of the air, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places. Ephesians 6:12. Humanity is under attack through physical warfare, psychological warfare, and spiritual warfare. Our enemy has been hidden in plain sight for eons, in the shadows, in unholy alliances, and inwardly visible, controlling human beings through secret societies, black magic, and social engineering, using mind control technologies, behavior modification programs, and psychological warfare strategies to weaken, confuse, and divide us. Mind control technologies include television, radios, computers, cell phones, movies, music, frequencies, voice-to-skull technologies, language, symbols, logos, drugs, and implants. Behavior modification and brainwashing programs include religions, government, politics, banking, corporations, public education, scientism, military and police forces, man's laws, the entertainment, entrainment industry, Hollywood, pornography, advertising, fashion, the beauty myth, mass media, social media, video games, virtual worlds, sports, gambling, popular music, music videos, literature, and carnism. It's meat eating. Weaponry includes trauma-based mind control, propaganda, confiscation of information, psyops, black ops, gaslighting, subliminal programming, predictive programming, retrocausality, controlled opposition, and the Hegelian dialectic. The divide and rule strategy. A tragic public event, crisis is orchestrated, which generates the required public reaction for implementation of a pre-selected solution that progressively erodes human rights and freedom. Every staged and false flag event moves us closer to totalitarianism, a one-world government, and the total enslavement of humanity. Truth rises like a bubble through the sea of confusion. A fierce battle is being waged beneath the surface of nature and within every human being, beyond cognition and above sensory perception. And it is on this battlefield that we need to achieve our freedom. To be unaware of this war will bring humanity into its greatest decline. The true identity of our enemy has yet to be revealed, but they are the hierarchy enslaving you. They are non-human, subhuman, and anti-human. They are soulless, shape-shifting parasites of pure evil, infused and suffused through governments, banks, corporations, religions, and academic institutions and mass media everywhere. They are the greatest threat to humankind today. They are waging a non-linear war, and the aim is not to win. The aim is to control humankind and to use fear-based mind control, perception management, conflicts, and confiscation of information to create a constant vaudeville of contradictory narratives that induce fear and confusion, which disempower and control the population. Reality is being presented as bewildering theatre, so no one is ever sure about what is happening, or what is real and what is fake, and what is true and what is not. In this strange and unsettling time, when nothing makes coherent sense, it is exceedingly difficult for any real opposition with a coherent narrative and a united front to emerge. United we stand, divided we fall. Nothing is impossible when we are united. Understanding that humanity is under attack from a predator species that seeks to suck the lifeblood out of us is central to increasing personal power. Without the knowledge that humankind has an enemy that is holding most human beings captive as loosh in an invisible mind control matrix, we remain powerless. Only with the awareness that we are living in captivity, in a cage for consciousness, can we choose to refuse to be willing captives and free ourselves. This is not currently the land of the free or the brave, but it will be when we take courageous action to become fully empowered and free ourselves from the tyranny of evil. A ruthless redemptive process must begin immediately within each of us, our communities, and all nations. Philip Lindsay. For those choosing to dismiss the enslavement of humanity through the manipulation of human consciousness as a conspiracy theory, please consider the fact that there is always a lot more going on besides the passing pageantry that is being reported or that can be perceived. There are invisible forces above and below our field of consciousness that are acting upon us. There are interpenetrating dimensions and unseen forces greater than those that can be seen. There are countless unseen, intelligent, benevolent, and malevolent beings, celestial bodies, endless realms and dimensions, infinite timelines and probabilities, other battles and agendas, and unknown layers of life to perceive, comprehend, and discover. The biggest and most successful conspiracy has been convincing the public that there is no conspiracy. What else explains the continuous devolution of our species? Instead of evolving into a more humane, refined species flourishing on Earth, the magical jewel of the cosmos, humankind is becoming a more inhumane, narcissistic, neurotic, psychopathic, self-destructive species. There are perpetual wars, and suffering is endless. Instead of living peacefully, in harmony with the earth, enjoying the abundance of the earth, which includes food, housing, and free energy for all, and creating beauty and harmony, we are witnessing escalating violence and divisiveness. We are witnessing obscene greed and materialism drive unsustainable economic growth, widening wealth disparity, overconsumption of finite resources, and the horrors of powering the planet on fuels that are killing us and our ecosystem. There is overlogging, overmining, and overfishing. We breathe toxic air and ingest toxic food and drugs. We are subject to incessant noise pollution, frequency manipulation, and 5G. We are witnessing incomprehensible biodiversity loss, the insect holocaust, ecocide. There is a military-industrial complex, anti-human AI, nuclear weaponry, and a secret space program driving economic and geopolitical instability. There are genocides and global genocide, famines, refugees, mass murderers, rapists, pedophiles, terrorists, misogynists, sadists, and Satanists. We live with gender equality and systematic emasculation and demonization of men and degradation of women and children. The intentional breakdown of the family unit is causing multi-generational traumas and mental and physical illnesses. There is cultural subversion, ideological infiltration, and moral decline. Systemic, political, religious, financial, legal, scientific, medical, academic, philanthropic, and corporate corruption. Capitalism, consumerism, censorship, the dumbing down of the population, devolution and debasement of arts, science, literature, language, and music, the collapse of reason, the decline of supersensible cognition, the rise of cognitive dissonance, the dementia tsunami, barbaric treatment of elders, the pandemic of narcissism. There is criminalization of entheogens and other natural medicines, suppressed healing technologies, weaponized medicine, medical tyranny, record deaths from foods and pharmaceutical drugs, addictions to prescription and non-prescription drugs destroying lives and families and communities, the obesity epidemic, lifespan exceeding health span, over-medicalization and brutalization of childbirth, the autism epidemic, vaccine holocaust, the fertility crisis, escalating perversions and distortions of sexual energy, sexualization of children, systemic child sexual abuse, millions of missing children, human trafficking, human slavery, adrenochrome farms, normalization of pedophilia and gender dysphoria, the transgender agenda, the androgyny agenda, politicization of children, the troubled teen industry, the youth suicide epidemic, unacceptable incarceration rates, the prison business, the homeless epidemic, the loneliness epidemic, weaponized immigration, the insidious and relentless dissemination of lies and misinformation through all sources, cyber warfare, mass public, personal and online surveillance, loss of personal freedom and inalienable rights, total dependence on government, the technocratic takeover, transhumanism, consciousness transfer technologies, the digital gulag, the rise of the Fourth Reich, the Nazification of our reality. There is mounting evidence of crimes against humanity, treason, and systemic satanic ritual abuse being perpetrated within the echelons of power. Most people unknowingly participate in satanic rituals, including mass public humiliation rituals, mask wearing, taking the knee, panic buying of toilet paper, skull and anal swabs, mandatory vaccinations. Add to that live and televised satanic rituals, music concerts, music videos, brand logos, entertainment industry award ceremonies, and halftime sports entertainment. There are continuous public sacrificial and bloodletting rituals that are now part of daily life, wars, the endless slaughter of animals for meat, caesarean deliveries, cutting the umbilical cord, circumcisions, and abortions, all evidence of the presence of a satanic blood cult. The fact is that almost every human being is terrorized, self-suffocating when wearing a mask, imprisoned, living life through a screen, depressed, confused, traumatized, and disconnected from nature, from friends, from community, and from God. What else explains the presence of such unthinkable and unspeakable evil? What explains the evidence and prevalence of all that is abhorrent and harmful to our species and hostile to the nature of the soul? What explains the endless saga of human misery and the global pandemic of suffering that only worsens? What is feeding the miasma of beastliness into innocent minds? Why are there relentless assaults upon our inalienable right to be human, to live peacefully, in harmony with each other and with nature, to make our own choices about our health, our livelihood, our movements, our family life, and our social life? What else explains the war upon our ability to be free, to be happy, and to enjoy life. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Bad luck? It's more like bad management. Human nature, which is pure divine nature, to love, care for, help, and uplift all, is being hijacked and perverted by a malevolent, highly evolved life form that understands human psychology far better than most humans. Humans are being defiled, debilitated, denatured, and devolved into a pathological, omnicidal species, devoid of empathy, common sense, courage, and spirituality. And our environment is reflecting the almost complete aberration and devolution of human nature. Consciousness is the ability to perceive self and decode life through the 5 physical senses and extrasensory perceptions. Our ability to perceive and decode reality and to make sense of what is going on in the world is being thwarted, polluted, and held within a narrow bandwidth by the masters of mindfuckery, using multiple strategies previously mentioned and others we may never know about. At best, most humans are only able to perceive a microfraction of a fractal of reality. Beyond the range of one's perception, there is an endlessly bigger picture. As we heal emotional wounds, expand consciousness, and evolve at a soul level, our ability to perceive more of reality expands. One of the many ways human beings have been disempowered, manipulated, and controlled is the prevention of expansion of human consciousness, which limits the ability to perceive a bigger picture and the true nature of reality, and prevents a connection to the Creator, access to higher knowledge, and activation of supersensory gifts and infinite power. Narrative warfare and cyber warfare are used to control the flow of information, which controls human behavior, and that is how the enslavement of humankind in an inverted, perverted, soul-sucking, false reality mind matrix is achieved. These demons of deception harness and direct human consciousness to generate low vibrational energy, to create hell on earth, and to keep humans supporting and perpetuating the systems of their own enslavement. It's evil genius. There are countless evil strategies being employed to keep humans ignorant and enslaved, which is a testimony to how powerful and prized we are. Humankind is also under attack through physical warfare, poisoned food, water and air supplies, processed foods, fast foods, alcohol, pharmaceutical drugs, recreational drugs, vaccines, geoengineering, weather modification, biowarfare, chemtrails, electromagnetic pollution, and frequency manipulations, which intentionally cause physical illnesses, severe brain damage, genetic modification, and pain and suffering. Brain damaging chemicals, neurotoxins, are added to air, food, water, drugs, vaccines, and personal care and household products, including toothpaste, mouthwash, soaps, body wash, makeup, perfumes, deodorants, artificial fragrances, air fresheners, laundry detergents, fabric softeners, dryer sheets, and clothing. Detoxifying, decalcifying, protecting, and fueling the brain are essential practices to optimize personal power. Without optimal brain health, optimal health and well-being, and spiritual evolution not possible. One is rudderless, unable to connect with infinite intelligence, access infinite power, or discover truth. True knowledge can only come from the heart of an enlightened person, either one. Never be afraid of the truth, because the truth will set us free. The truth is not always easy, pretty, or comfortable. The truth is sometimes shocking, terrifying, unimaginable, unfathomable, and unbearable. Most people would rather suffer and die than look within and realize the truth. The truth is that those in power lie, and they continue to lie to stay in power. We have been lied to about who we are and why we are here. We have been lied to about our history, current events, and our future. The truth is that we have been lied to about almost everything. This earthly reality matrix is deeply deceptive, and humankind has been duped into self-imposed slavery. Our organic reality and our organic timeline have been hijacked. Our true identity has been hidden, and essential information about the nature of reality and spirituality has been occulted, hidden. The power is within you. It always has been. How far are you willing to expand the horizons of your thinking and stir that power awake? Louise Hay. The truth is that we are divine in nature. Each of us is an immortal spiritual being of infinite love light with infinite creative power and potential. And we are here in Earth School for the spiritualization of our soul. We are here to live as multidimensional sovereign beings in harmony with others and the earth. To learn about, embody, radiate, and expand love. To enrich our inner life. To create beauty and to contribute to the common good and the upliftment of others, and to enjoy life. We are here to remember and realign with our true nature, our divine nature, and to ongoingly refine our nature. We are here to manifest our light body and to shine with the light of 1 billion suns. We are not here to live as food supply or as slaves for another life form. We are not here to live in fear, to follow cradle-to-grave scripts, to work to earn money to live, to be a debt slave, to amass material wealth, to accumulate material objects, to pay taxes that fund wars and unspeakable crimes, to follow moral, immoral, unjust laws, to be poisoned, to learn through suffering, to support systems of control and perpetuate the tyranny of evil, or to destroy our home and the future of our children. We are not here to wait to be given permission to live as freeborn, sovereign, magnificent, divine beings. It is only when we realize our oneness with Prime Creator that we become filled with its power. Besides a miracle and or divine intervention, the solution to our predicament is for each of us to remember who we are and know the truth about where we come from, why we are here, and the enslavement of our species in order to understand what is really going on and what needs to change so that we can change course individually and collectively. We have infinite power to transform the world around us by first changing ourselves, from ignorant to intelligent, from weak to strong, from sick to thriving, from fearful to empowered, from selfish to selfless, from enslaved to sovereign, and from separated to united with all that is. Now is the Kairos moment for humanity. Now is our opportunity to take control and change course. Now is the time to choose between truth and lies, wisdom and ignorance, health and sickness, courage and cowardice, power and learned helplessness, love and fear, and freedom and slavery. The pandemic has given us an extraordinary opportunity to pause, be still, ask questions, research, contemplate, meditate, rebalance, and discover the truth. A miraculous window of opportunity has been opened for all to recognize the predation upon humanity, the hijacking of reality through a perception deception, and the intentional devolution of humankind and destruction of our ecosystem. With this knowledge, one can undo cult programming, break free from the mind prison and the technocratic web, prevent the evil endgame of the predators, and restore our organic divine timeline. This window of opportunity will close. Do not turn your back on this moment. To avoid the dystopian nightmare that the controllers intend for humanity, each of us must seize this opportunity and take immediate action to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery so we can come together in unity consciousness with hearts radiating pure love, to co-create a love-based reality and enjoy life as sovereign beings living in harmony with each other, nature, and with all that is. To live as a sovereign being, one must become empowered and informed, which is not easy in this age of deception. One must become intolerant of all compromises to truth, natural law, and freedom, and be peacefully non-compliant to all systems of control that are encroaching every day. Practice peaceful dissent.